Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now. If you've been paying attention to the NFL buzz lately, you've probably heard some whispers about a potential blockbuster move involving the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants. And honestly, it's one of those moves that could reshape the Giants' fortunes for years to come. It's not every day you see a team like the Chiefs, sitting at 7-3 and fighting for a good playoff spot, willing to part ways with a key piece like Creed Humphrey. But, as with many NFL stories, there's a lot of context behind the scenes, and the whispers are pointing to a trade that could be a game-changer for the Giants' offensive line and their entire rebuilding strategy. The word is that Kansas City, with a cap space crunch and a desire to free up money for Mahomes' extension, an eye-watering $240 million deal, is looking to shed some salary. They're prioritizing the secondary and cap flexibility over retaining every piece on their roster. Creed Humphrey, who has been a rock at center for the Chiefs, is seen as a prime trade target for the Giants, who are desperately seeking stability along their offensive line. The Chiefs are reportedly willing to send Humphrey over in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft and a fourth-rounder in 2027. That's a pretty significant investment for the Giants, but one that could pay huge dividends. Why would the Giants go all in on a move like this? Well, the numbers tell the story. The Giants currently sit at 2-8, and their offensive line has been a major weakness, especially with Schmitz missing 4 games due to a shin injury. Schmitz, a promising young center himself, has been out, and the line has struggled to find consistency. Bringing in someone like Humphrey would be like adding a stabilizing force, an all-pro caliber player who can anchor the middle of the line, making a real difference in both the running game and pass protection. Humphrey, in the 2025 season, has played 10 games as a starter, allowed 0 sacks, and has a PFF grade of 91. 5, he's a run-blocking beast with an 83% success rate, and he's allowed just 7 pressures all season. That's elite-level performance, and it would immediately elevate the Giants' offensive front. Looking at his career, Humphrey has played 70 games, earned 3 Pro Bowls, and only allowed 10 sacks across his entire career. He's also been remarkably durable, with 0 injuries in 2025, and a snap accuracy rating of 99%. That kind of reliability is exactly what the Giants need to get their ground game rolling again and to protect their quarterback better. Considering the Giants' current issues, sacks have been a problem, with around 35 allowed this season. Humphrey's addition could be the linchpin for a much more balanced offense. The reasoning behind the Chiefs' decision to move Humphrey makes sense when you look at their cap situation. They're freeing up about $11 million to give Mahomes the extension he deserves, which is a smart move long-term but leaves them a little thin in the cap room department. They're focusing on their secondary. Completion percentage allowed is around 63%, which is below average, and need to prioritize those areas. Cutting ties with Humphrey, a key piece of their line, hints at a broader rebuild or at least a shift in priorities to keep Mahomes happy and their core competitive. For the Giants, this isn't just about patching a hole. It's about transforming their entire offensive identity. If they can land Humphrey and integrate him smoothly into their line, we're talking about a projected increase of roughly 500 rushing yards, which would push the team's ground game from around 95 yards per game to over 135 yards. That's a massive boost, one that could open up explosive runs and keep defenses honest. Plus, with a more stable line, Daniel Jones would have more time to work and set up play-action passes, making the offense more dynamic overall. Another key factor is third down efficiency. The Giants' conversion rate has been hovering around 31%, but with Humphrey stabilizing the line, that number could jump to 46%. That's a huge increase in sustaining drives, leading to more scoring opportunities and ultimately more points. The impact on turnovers is also significant. The Giants currently average about 2-1 giveaways per game. Imagine reducing that to around 1-2, thanks to better pass protection and fewer sacks. Fewer turnovers mean more sustained drives and better chances to score, which could be the difference in close games down the stretch. Looking at the bigger picture, the addition of Humphrey would not only improve the current season, but set the foundation for future success. His presence would give the Giants a true anchor in the middle of the line, similar to the kind of impact a franchise center like Jason Kelce had for the Eagles in 2023. That kind of stability and leadership up front can elevate the entire offense, boost confidence, and help the team execute their game plan more effectively. It could also help the Giants close the gap with NFC East rivals like the Eagles, who have become a juggernaut with a dominant offensive line and a balanced attack. On the defensive side, the benefits are also worth noting. Improved defensive efficiency means more time of possession and less pressure on the defense to constantly be on the field. The Giants' defense, which has been giving up around 29. 3 points per game, could see some relief, and that's crucial when trying to turn things around in a division where every game counts. With a more consistent and explosive offense, the Giants could start stringing together wins, building momentum, and making a serious push for the playoffs. Now, talking about the playoffs and Super Bowl aspirations, this move could be a real tipping point. If Humphrey's impact mirrors what we saw with the Kansas City Chiefs in 2022, when their offensive line improvements led to a plus 12% increase in EPA, expected points added, then the Giants could see a similar boost. Their NFC wins could increase from around 15% to close to 35%, dramatically improving their chances of making a deep playoff run. And with the right playoff seeding and a bit of luck, a squad with a stabilized line could be dangerous enough to challenge for the Lombardi Trophy. All of this hinges on how seamlessly Humphrey can adapt to the Giants' scheme and how well the team can rally around this new piece. Of course, there are questions and uncertainties. Will Humphrey fit into the Giants' system right away? How will the team handle the trade logistics, and what impact will it have on team chemistry? But if recent history is any guide, investing in a solid, reliable center has always paid dividends. Think back to the Giants' past Super Bowl-winning teams. They always had a cornerstone, a central figure in the offensive line who set the tone and anchored the unit. The Giants have been trying to rebuild that identity, and acquiring a player like Humphrey could be the missing piece to solidify their front and push the team into serious contention. In summary, this potential trade signals a bold move by the Giants to accelerate their rebuild. It's about making a statement that they're serious about competing now and for years to come. Humphrey's addition could lead to a more balanced, explosive offense, reduce turnovers, improve their third down conversion rate, and give Daniel Jones the protection he needs to thrive. It's a move that could, quite literally, reshape the franchise's trajectory. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Humphrey can be the missing link along that offensive line? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in blue and white, anchoring the middle of the line and helping this team reach new heights? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. Remember, this is what makes our community strong, sharing ideas, hopes, and passion for this team we all love. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and in-depth analysis, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news. Let's keep the faith, and as always, let's go Giants.